defeated, a young woman's grit and ingenuity in the wilderness. The biting wind whipped through the pine needles, carrying with it the promise of a long, cold night. Sarah, barely out of her teens, shivered, her thin jacket offering little protection against the encroaching chill. Just hours ago, she was hiking a familiar trail, enjoying the vibrant colors of autumn. Now, disoriented and alone, she was lost in the vast wilderness. Panic threatened to overwhelm her, but Sarah, recalling snippets of survival tips gleaned from online forums and nature documentaries, took a deep breath. Panic wouldn't help her. Action would. Her immediate priority, shelter. Sarah understood that hypothermia was her biggest threat. Building a sustainable shelter before nightfall was crucial. She started by assessing her surroundings. Luckily, she was in a relatively wooded area with an abundance of fallen branches and a scattering of pine trees. Remembering the lean-to design she had seen countless times, Sarah set to work. First, she identified a sturdy, fallen log leaning against a larger tree. This would form the backbone of her shelter. With surprising strength, she began gathering larger branches, leaning them against the log at a 45-degree angle to create a framework. The work was grueling. Her hands, raw and blistered, protested with every snap of a branch. But Sarah pushed through, fueled by adrenaline and a growing sense of determination. She focused on each branch, each placement, knowing that her survival depended on her efforts. As the lean-to took shape, Sarah began layering smaller branches, interwoven to provide a tighter shield against the wind. She then gathered armfuls of pine needles, stuffing them into the gaps to provide insulation and create a softer, more comfortable surface inside. The sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long, ominous shadows. Sarah raced against the fading light, adding a thick layer of leaves to the outside of the shelter for added insulation. Finally, just as darkness enveloped the forest, her lean-to was complete. It wasn't perfect. There were gaps in the walls and the floor was still uneven. But it offered a degree of protection from the elements, a refuge from the unforgiving wilderness. Crawling inside, Sarah felt a surge of relief. The temperature inside was noticeably warmer than outside. She curled up in a fetal position, using her backpack as a makeshift pillow and relying on the accumulated leaves and pine needles for warmth. The night was long and filled with the strange sounds of the forest. Every rustle of leaves, every hoot of an owl, sent shivers down her spine. But Sarah clung to the knowledge that she had done everything she could. She had built her shelter, she had found water from a nearby stream, and she had a signal fire ready to ignite at first light. As the first rays of dawn filtered through the trees, Sarah emerged from her lean-to, stiff and exhausted but undeniably alive. She had faced her fear, embraced her resourcefulness, and learned the hard way the true meaning of self-reliance. Her ordeal was far from over, she knew. She still had to find her way back to civilization. But now, armed with the confidence of a survivor, Sarah stepped back into the wilderness, no longer a lost girl, but a young woman forged in the crucible of adversity, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. This story is a testament to the power of human resilience and the spirit of survival that lies dormant within each of us. Sarah's experience reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, with a little knowledge, a lot of grit, and an unwavering will, we can overcome the most daunting challenges and emerge stronger than before. It's a powerful reminder to prepare ourselves, learn basic survival skills, and trust in our own ability to persevere, no matter what life throws our way.